Hey, greetings and salutations, everyone. It's your man Reggie Smith, and we are back inside of Lavenderlite. And today we're inside Althea's kitchen. We were there last week, and we started working on some veggie burgers. And this week we are going to continue to work on veggie burgers and some variations. It is a pleasure and an honor to be inside of Althea's kitchen. Althea, tilt your camera up or tilt your face down just a little bit so we can see Althea. That's Althea. That's the light. She is bringing the light and the information. Hey.
How y'all doing?
All right. What we got going on today, Althea?
Okay, today we're going to make a chickpea and quinoa burger with garlic and onions and kale, all that kind of good stuff. And I'm going to show you some variations you can do. Okay, so the last burger I did was the black bean burger with this variations. And there's some of the variations will be similar farms that we're going to use, such as the nutritional yeast and things like that. Okay, so to get started, okay, well, today like I said, we're going to make chickpea. The chickpea, chickpea burgers with quinoa. So the first thing, I did a lot of prepping, because it'll take much more time. So what I did, the first thing you have to do is cook the quinoa, right? I don't know if everybody's familiar with quinoa, right? So this is how it looks. Can you see that? It's like little pearls. It comes in a package like this. Quinoa, can you see it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, is anybody not familiar with quinoa?
Yeah,
I've heard of it, but I never cooked it.
Okay, it's very small. It has a host of B vitamins. It's very good for you. You know what I mean? And fiber, very good source of fiber, and it's gluten free. And so the first thing I do, I cook this first. All right, that's the first thing, and that goes in the bowl. Then that gets now. Look, instead you don't have to use quinoa. You can also use. Let me see what you can use.
Couscous.
Are you familiar with chia seeds?
Chia seeds, yes.
Are you familiar with chia seeds?
Yes.
Okay. If you don't use the quinoa, you can use chia seeds. Okay, because it does have fiber and B vitamins and omega-3 oils as well.
Can you use couscous?
You can use. If I would use the couscous, I will probably grind it up a little bit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, in other words, instead of couscous or that, you could probably use the flaxseed meal. Okay. That can also be used. So you can vary whatever you like to use. Okay, now this is the quinoa, like I said, or you could have used chia seeds or flaxseed. Now the next thing is breadcrumbs. Now this is gluten free. This is the panko because it's gluten free. You don't have to use these breadcrumbs. Like I said, you can use flaxseed instead. You can use any dry. Some people use oatmeal instead. They take oatmeal, put it in the blender, and grind it up really fine, and use that instead. But I chose to use the panko, and that gets mixed with that. All right?
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Uh-huh.
Are you saying panko?
Panko, yeah, I'll show you. Here it is.
Okay.
Panko. See, panko because it's gluten free. Okay. And that gets mixed in a bowl. It's all mixed up. Well, remember, you can use whatever that you like, whether it's oatmeal, flaxseed, or whatever. Chia seeds. That's mixed up. Okay. So the next thing to do.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
When you was talking about you could use different variations, but how is the taste?
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. It depends on your taste, what you like, what flavors you like. You know what I mean? That's the variation. So, in other words, the recipe I followed for the black bean, it didn't ask for certain things, but I know what I like red peppers in place of green, so I put that and make a difference. But you kind of feel your way. You know what I mean? Like I can't tell what your taste buds like, Some people like a rougher texture, a softer texture. So it depends, what you like. That's the good thing about it. You kind of fix it to your liking. So I'm just making.
Thank you.
What about quantity?
I did make this yesterday just to get it an idea. And I'm gonna show you what I did.
Althea, what about the quantity? What are you talking about in terms of quantity?
I'm
How
going to
much?
show you. I'm going to show you.
Okay,
I did
thank you.
yesterday because I wanted to know an idea. I
Okay.
used 1 can of beans, chickpeas.
Okay, okay,
And I made all this minus 3 burgers
okay,
with just 1 can of chickpeas.
okay.
So what I'm going to do
What size of
is
can
make
was that?
Wait, that's everything included. though.
Let me show you the can.
I'm trying to hold y'all up.
This size can, 15 ounce can.
Oh, that's a regular
Right.
size. Okay.
I made all this minus 3 burgers that we had yesterday. So what I'm going to do is continue to make the burgers and with some freezer wrap and freeze it. So anytime I want a burger, if I'm running late, I want to eat dinner, I can just grab one out the freezer, thaw it out, and have a burger. You know what I mean? So yeah. So so the difference, now I made this yesterday. Now what I'm gonna do different, what I did different, instead of just chopping up the onions, I kind of ground them in the food processor. So I put in the food processor, so it's kind of mashed like, so it can get better. And let me finish. So this is onions and garlic is in here. I sauteed the onions and garlic together. And you see it, not that it looks good, but I'm just showing you. I chose to use red onions. You don't have to use red onions. You can use yellow onions, or you can use scallops. Some people like scallops, prefer scallops. They cost a little more, but if that's you prefer. So that goes right in here too. Once it's sauteed, I don't want to spend all my time cooking everything.
I love those Vidalia onions. I love mine like chopped up.
Now, Vidalia, that's a nice onion too. See what I'm saying? So you can pick and choose which onion you want to use or not. Then you kind of mix that up. Can y'all see that? That kind of gets mixed down with the breadcrumbs. You kind of fold that in.
I gotta remember to eat before I come to you. I gotta remember to eat before I gotta remember to eat before I come to your kitchen because you make me hungry.
Well, this don't really look good yet, but okay, you just gotta do a whole lot. All right, now what's that done? Now the next thing is this. Now what this is, now the recipe calls for cilantro, carrots, and kale. I don't like the taste of cilantro. Okay, so instead of cilantro, I use scallions. If you're going to substitute, you should use the same texture. In other words, cilantro is fresh, it's not dried. So your whatever you use should be also natural and dried, and not a dried, but a fresh plant. So I picked scallion. Okay, I did put the carrots in. Put the carrots and then the kale. Instead of kale, if you want, you can use spinach, but you don't cook it. It's just raw. So the carrots are raw, the kale's raw, and the scallions are raw. Like I said, you can use whatever you want to use. And I processed it. See, I didn't process it with the other one. They weren't broken up as small. Because the smaller you break it up, the more flavor you can get out of it. You know what I mean? So this is those 3. I use the scallion, the carrots, and the kale. Matter of fact, I cooked the rest of the kale this morning, a pot of kale. So I had leftover, you know what I mean? So all you do, you just put that in the bowl too.
You cook the kale before you mix it up?
No, you don't cook the kale.
Okay.
You don't cook the kale or the scallion. You don't cook it. You just, the carrots, the kale, and scallions. I just process it so it's small. It's not cooked. And that gets mixed up in the bowl.
How do you know how much?
Because I'm following a recipe. All right.
Okay.
like
Yes.
Carol, you're just one person, so you might not make this like a lot. Now, unless you put it in the freezer, and that way, if you want something to eat, you just take it out the freezer and let it fall out. Well, some people might microwave. I try to stay away from microwave much as possible, just to maybe throw something else. But see how much it makes already? It haven't even put the beans in yet.
Mhm.
Okay.
The ingredients
Right.
really cheap. It's nothing expensive. But it's kind of looking pretty though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Okay. That mix it up real good. Now, the next things is the seasonings. So the first thing they asked for, they said a half a cup is that barbecue sauce. It also said you can modify that in so many ways.
Mhm.
So this is what I'm gonna do. I haven't even done this. My half a cup will include black bean sauce. You see that? Yours don't have to. I'm just telling you, black bean sauce.
Mhm.
Some hoisin sauce, Chinese sauce, I mixed them, and some hickory barbecue sauce, trying to give it much flavor and spice and mix. But you don't have to. You can use barbecue sauce. Matter of fact, you can use tomato pesto if you want in place of, mix that with the sauce. You can use little jerk sauce if you want it a little spicy.
Wow.
Mix that in with barbecue. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's like creative. Use your creative juices. And whatever it is, it should be okay. So I'm going to put a little barbecue sauce.
We have to make sure to get the ingredients, get the
Okay. Okay. And a little oyster sauce. Oyster.
Oopsie.
I know. Little black bean sauce. I have more of that.
What size measure is that? That's a cup?
A half a cup.
Wow.
So So mix together whatever up to a half a cup. Okay. You can mix it or not. It's going to be mixed anyway when you put it in.
Dion, are you watching this?
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
that's my chef right there.
Okay. After that, you put in chili powder. That chili powder. Can you see it? Chili powder. Okay. Now that calls for 1.5. Somebody call me. Hi, Chief. I'm doing it now. Okay. All right. This is chili powder. 1.5 teaspoon. What's that? Chili powder. Okay. Chili powder. Now, if you want to use red pepper flakes or something in place of it that you like, you can do that. Next is cumin. It's very good for you, as y'all. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but cumin is very, very good for you. That's also 1.5. Okay. Now,
How do you spell that? How do you spell that?
cumin, C-U-M-I-N.
2 M's I-N.
Say that cumin. Okay. The next thing is, just a little salt and peppers, a little sea salt. I don't use a lot because, the sauces that you use usually have a certain amount of salt in it already. And a little pepper. You can use cayenne pepper, use white pepper, a little black pepper, whatever. Mix it. And just start mixing. And mix it and just. You used to smell it, boy. All right. Remember the garlic's in it already. But see, I love garlic. So, now here's some Mrs. Dashings for people who cannot use salt at all. You can use Mrs. Dash to add a little flavor. But I think we kind of got a lot of flavor right now, right?
Right.
But you can. And you just mix it up. Now, this last thing, oregano. How much oregano? This is 1 tablespoon of oregano. These chickpeas are very bland. They don't have too much flavor to them. So that's why it's important to put the seasoning to have a lot of seasoning to give it flavor. You don't have to use chickpeas. You can use another kind of bean, like a northern or white bean or cannelli or something like that, a mild flavor bean. Okay. That's mixed up. Now the next step is the beans itself. You know, you can also use, now this is roasted red peppers. I could have put that in there, but when you put stuff that's wet like this, it increases the wetness. So when you increase the wetness, you have to put something to dry to suck it up. If Kim don't stop calling me, I don't know why she calling me. She knows all this. She was just in a meeting with us, right? But anyway,
the ID.
huh?
Maybe she's trying to get the ID.
Oh,
I was every day this week, you know. But anyway, and when you add liquid, you know, you got to add the flour, extra flour. So, and it probably has a nice little taste to it. But I don't know if you can taste it over all this other stuff. So I didn't bother to put that in there. And I also could put mushroom. Because, you know, no for voicemail. Okay. What she think I'm supposed to come off the show? But anyway, so I could have added mushrooms. Actually, I bought mushrooms to add, but I had to remember when you add mushrooms, you increase the water content again. And then I would have to add flour. You know, something I may do down the line because I do love mushrooms and they are good for you. But I can do it this time. Okay, now at this junction, the beans.
ooh, wee. Yep.
The beans. Okay. And when you mash the beans, now the recipe says put in a food processor, but I don't even have a food processor, right? But you don't mash all the beans. Let me get my knife. Don't mash them all. You want to leave some whole. And you notice I didn't dry these. The black beans had to be dried.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these don't have to be dried. Mash.
Gotta
So
go
you just
old
took
school.
them out the.
You go old
I just
school with the.
strained them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. All
I
right.
just took them out the can.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Strained them. Now, in place of like flaxseed and all that, some people might use sweet potatoes instead,
Ooh.
or regular potatoes, because it helps hold it together. But this will do the job in itself. You'll see.
So instead of the chickpea, you said you can use sweet potato.
You can use practically any. Only beans I probably wouldn't use is like lentils because they cook too fast. You know, they don't really get those in a can or something like that. And they only cook in like 15 minutes. But the dry beans be taking hours. So I would just get the can. Now you got all that time or something like that. But all the recipes I have looked up, all of them they can. They can. It's probably more healthier if you didn't, but okay. Getting there, it's getting there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, a little more smasher. Mm-hmm.
Now you said you don't have a food processor. What did you do with those other ingredients that you said put in the food processor?
I put it in a coffee grinder. I have a coffee grinder, and it takes 2 seconds. You gotta be careful, don't get too. Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna show it to you.
Because I don't have a food processor either.
Okay.
I don't have a coffee grinder either.
You can put them in just a blender, a regular blender.
Okay.
Well,
okay. That's what I need to know. Okay.
Yeah, because as long as it has the blade in it, it's gonna
Okay.
chop.
Okay. Good. Thanks.
Take 2 seconds. I put the onion there. You know what I mean? I put the kale in there. I put the carrot in there. You know, separately.
Okay. Right.
Then find them like
Okay.
that. Those
Okay.
food are expensive too, boy.
Yeah.
All right, I'm almost done here.
And I'm not trying to buy any more appliances. Take up
I
shelf
know.
room on my shelf.
I had like 13 electrical in my kitchen. I'm like, that's why I don't have no counter space.
That's right. That's right.
All these. Okay, I think it's about ready now. Okay. And that's this junction. This goes right in there. And at this junction, you can make a decision if you're going to add more garlic, onion powder, red pepper, whatever you may like. This is the time. So your whole thing now is to, but you know what? I cook because I'm home, but I'm using my gloves. Because, you know, this is like a hand, I hate to say it, but this is a hand job.
Oh, Sookie, you just went to a whole nother level.
No, but I mean, you know, it's always better when you do, you know what I mean? Hey,
Yeah.
before they made these, what were you doing? So now, here we go. See, you can't do that with a spoon.
Right. Plus, you put your energy in it too. So you ever like meditate? You ever meditate? You ever meditate, or just what are you thinking about when you're cooking in terms of energy?
Well, a couple of things. I'll be thinking about, oh, God is so awesome to create all these things in color and all this stuff. I'm like, how does he decide, like, how each plant and stuff like that, how come? Let's see how it's coming together. Look.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
See what I'm saying? At this point.
I can't even
now
tell you how hungry that's making me.
Okay, now at this point, see, I want to see that for me because I love garlic. So what I do is I add a little extra garlic. So I love garlic, and garlic is very good for you. I could add smoked paprika. I add a little smoked paprika. Oops. Smoked paprika. Baby though, that's enough for that. Okay. Let me put my gloves back on and mix it up some more. Now, after this point, you can decide to, you can grill it on a grill, you can put it in the oven and bake it, or you can fry it in a pan.
I think I would want to put
Althea.
Yes.
So that's the same way you're doing it. That's the same way you can make the meatloaf. You would do the same steps.
Or actually, you could make this into all you have to do is to shape it according to what I normally do for me and my husband. I'll make individual meatloaves. Like I'll do something like this. Let me use this. I'll do this. So you can shape it however you want. Make it as high as you want. Just like a little individual meatloaf. You can make it as big or small as you want. So, okay, and just shape it like a little meatloaf. See that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Be like, okay, that will be one. And you see how much it makes, right? Just for that one little
Like
thing.
you can make looks like you can get about 5 out of there, 4 or 5.
Yeah. I try to weigh it's about 2 ounces, but it's packed with protein and B vitamins and fiber and all that stuff, right? That's a little smaller. You might think I'm cheating, but it's very healthy. That's one of the good things. It's very healthy. You know what else you could probably put in there? Or shredded beets. You know, beets is off the chain for its health wise. You know what I mean? And it's very sweet. But you can use beets. You can make little meatballs. You can make them little balls and just sit them down in the sauce and let them cook. Let them seal. So you got 3 meatballs so far. You still have 3 left.
Wow.
When I make chickpea salad, I take that outer hull off and I noticed that you didn't. You just mashed up everything. So
Right.
am I giving myself extra work by taking that outer hull off for my chickpea salad?
No, I make chickpea salad. I take the hulls off.
Okay.
Also.
Okay. Okay.
It just don't look like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So, I do. And
Okay.
they're doing that fast too.
Okay.
There's
Yeah.
you kind of roll it around, they kind of fall off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
think about it. I was thinking about doing that, but that's a lot of work. Though. It's worth it.
I know. I know. It is. It is.
Yeah, but when they in the can, does the can say with skin or without skin or with?
No,
It has skin.
it has the skin on
Oh,
it. Yeah.
it has
So you just,
Yeah.
oh, okay, all right.
It's not gonna say that, right?
Right.
That's 4 so far. So it is 5, or I could, it depends on the size you want to make, all right? I
Yeah,
could make more.
Stop playing. Just mix all that up and just make one. Stop playing.
Make one.
Yeah, get it over with.
You remind me of Eddie Murphy. When Eddie Murphy's mama said he wanted to go get a burger. You don't need no McDonald's burger.
Now, wait a minute. Can y'all see my stove from here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mama
But
go
see,
make you a burger. You don't need no McDonald's burger. Mama.
Because you don't cook meatloaf in a frying pan. See what I'm saying? I was just showing you that for demonstration purposes. But to make a burger, of course, it should be like flat, right? Flatten it out. And you can make them whatever size you want to. And it's really heavy. I mean, it's not lightweight. Like when you eat one of these, you're going to be full. You know what I'm saying?
That's good news right there. Right, D?
Yes.
And you put cheese on top of that too.
Long as it take up fill up all them spaces in my stomach.
Right.
I think can you put cheese on that like you would do a regular burger?
Yes, I'm using grapes now. Well, a regular burger has its own, all that fat in there. So you don't have to really add oil to the pan because it has all that saturated fat. So that's the good thing about these. It doesn't have any saturated fat, and I know what's in this burger. Whereas regular burgers, here she go again, still calling. And as regular burgers, you don't know what's in burgers. Because remember, I told you I worked in a meat lab. I saw what goes in burgers. I would never, you couldn't pay me to. I saw it live. After they finish doing their thing for the day, they take the broom, sweep up whatever falls on the floor, and it goes in the grinder. Eyeballs, nails, teeth, whatever it is, it goes in the grinder. And every time that you put meat in the grinder, a lot of bacteria goes in with it. So they grind it about 3 or 4 times. So every time that's bacteria, more bacteria, more bacteria. So that's why they got to take red dye to make it look like blood after because it's no longer red, it's gray and brown. So they put red in it so it looks like, ooh, that's fresh.
D, you got to do like this. D, if you don't want to hear it, you got to do like this.
Yeah, I saw it in my own.
Once you hear it, you can't unhear it.
You can't unhear it. Look at this. Okay, she might not.
Right.
No, but I saw it with my own eyes, and I like that people at least they know what you get.
Yeah.
So at least
Stories like that with hot dogs.
hot dogs, the same thing.
Yeah.
They even, matter of fact, hot dogs is worse because hot dogs, let me stop. But hot dogs is actually worse because at least the ground beef is coming fresh out of the meat lab. The hot dogs is fresh after that. So you might, and when they say that open range, like when you say instead of in a chicken coop, free range. You know what that means? It only means that they opened the door to the chicken coop. And chickens don't usually leave out because they're in pecking order. See, so they stay together like sheep. So if they venture outside, it's free range. But they usually don't. You know what I mean? But if it says open range or grass pasture fed, that's what you want to look for if you're going to eat chicken, that they're pasture fed. That means they're actually in the pasture eating the grass.
Mm.
Okay, but free range only means they opened the door. Because like we had chickens also. And look, couldn't stand to go in there because even if you put something in your nose, you still smell the urine. It's that strong.
Wow.
From the
Right,
chicken.
right.
You can still.
It's almost worse than a pig pen, right?
Oh,
The
don't make. Okay. That's I'm get my pan on.
That is some great information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If anything, Reggie, it makes me not want to eat meat.
Yeah, you know,
It's turning me off to beef anyway.
You know what you're eating.
it's a psychic change that has to happen. I mean, I stopped eating
Yeah.
meat about 34 years ago when I found out what Althea is talking about now. Once I found that out, then I knew. Then if I ate it after that, then I was committing suicide, and I knew it. I mean, suicide if you know what you're doing.
And you have these farms or people that manage these large farms, government farms. You know, sometimes you see advertising saying that spinach is not good for you. You know what I mean? Spinach is not good for you. You don't know. They're not telling you it's from them. They make you think it's some kind of independent researcher. You know what I mean? But it's them. They don't buy that stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? Oatmeal, bad for you. You know, all that stuff, right? Don't believe that. Okay, we got 2 burgers coming.
It's tricky out here. And then, being a bit of a revolutionary, I didn't want to be killing myself. I didn't want to do it to myself, but especially because they tricking me.
Right. I know.
I mean, things change all the time, and you find out different things. Sometimes you feel bamboozled, hoodwinked,
Yep.
led astray.
Yep.
Yeah. But,
Reggie, can I ask a question?
Huh?
I wanted to ask Reggie if you don't mind. Can I ask a question?
sure.
Did you change your diet before you got sick or right after?
Well, actually, I changed it before.
Okay.
And it was
All right.
more about the karmic reason, the spiritual reasons, as well as the toxins and all of the other stuff.
Okay. Because I'm wondering, is that what healed you?
So for those who don't know, I was diagnosed with AIDS in 1988, contracted in 84, but I was IV drug user up until 85. So
Right.
that's what changed me.
Okay.
That's what changed me. And once I changed that, then I started getting other information on how to stay well. I got diagnosed in 1988. And
Right.
so I had already stopped eating meat and I stopped smoking. I stopped, using drugs. It was
Right.
after I got diagnosed that I stopped smoking cigarettes. So, we do what we can with the information
Yeah.
we have. And even with the motivation that we have.
Yeah.
And pain is a hell of a motivator. And I wanted to stop pain from being the motivator and use information instead of pain. So we can
All right.
wait until you get some bad news or hurt, but I'd rather not do that.
Yeah.
I hear you. I
These
just wanted to know,
day. This is the kale I cooked this morning that that I didn't put in the burgers. But it just has onions and green peppers and lots of garlic. So, but I cooked them.
You're gonna use that as a side?
Yeah.
Side dish.
I love if you don't have a wok, you gotta get a wok. There's nothing like it.
Honey, I got 2 woks still in the box.
In a wok. I saute my greens. I don't just boil them with water. I kind of saute it with a little oil for a while to almost done. Then I put a little water and let it steam. You know what I mean? Keep all the good stuff in it. Okay, let me check it.
You saute your kale in the wok? Did you say that?
Yes. What I do is I put a little oil in, cut it up, and I saute it on a kind of high heat and just keep stirring it, and it starts cooking and keeps up. And just as it starts to turn color and then I might, the garlic's in it already. and everything. And then I put just a little water on it, put the top on and let it steam the rest of the way. And that's the way you keep the nutrients in it. A lot of times you put a bunch of water, just boil. And most of the nutrients go in the water. You'd be better off just pouring the water and drinking it, right? That'll be healthier for you than eating the actual thing. So that's why I just sauteed it a little bit, with a high heat. So it's mostly done. And just
I'm gonna take my walk out the box.
Oh! Let's see how the murder gone.
Blow that dust off while you're at it.
Yeah, baby. Blow the dust off and see how long it's been in the closet.
Right. No, it don't
'Cause
matter.
I put dates on them. I put the date that I bought it, like 4/18, 4/15.
But why? Why you put the date on it?
Because this way I'll know. First of all, I'll know what's in the box, and then when I see the date, I'll go like this. You don't have this 5 years.
Over.
Well, good. Open it up. Crack it up.
I just turned.
Ooh, that looks
Hold on.
good.
Bring
That
that back.
looks
Bring it back.
good.
Bring that back
Open
again.
it up, though. Let me see what.
Bring that back.
Bring it back so they can. Oh no! Come, come a little. You frozen. You
Hold on.
frozen.
I'm
Come a little
sorry.
closer.
Oh, it's not me. It's you.
She'll unfreeze in a second, I hope.
Can you see them?
Oh yeah, now we
yeah.
see them.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness, they look good.
Ooh-wee.
They look
That's
good,
it.
huh,
You
Daryl?
just cooked
Daryl, they
those?
look good to
Did you
you?
just cook those?
Y'all
Yeah, it looks good. Looks good.
Are those the ones you just put on the fire?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
These are on the fire.
wow.
Remember, you see, pick them up, right? I just flipped them over. I
Oh,
put
so
them back on.
you know what you're gonna ask? You make me ask you to do next time, Althea.
What's
So you know what I miss. So there's certain things that I miss. As far as meat is concerned, salmon cakes. Can we make? Because those reminded me of salmon.
Salmon croquettes.
Salmon
That's
croquettes.
what I
Yeah.
had for.
That's the only way I'll eat salmon. I can't eat salmon the other way.
That's what I had for dinner today was salmon cakes.
Yeah, but can we make like veggie salmon croquettes? Because
Yeah. Oh, veggie salmon. Yeah, there is a way. I'll get the recipe. Just like you can make veggie tuna without it being real tuna.
right. Yeah, I do that with the carrots. I do that with carrots.
This is vegan cheese. This is dairy-free cheese.
Oh, that's what Daryl was asking about. Can you make a cheeseburger?
This is dairy-free cheese. There's
And
no
that's a
dairy-
good brand too. I like it. Tastes good.
Oh, okay. You familiar
Yeah.
with it?
Uh-huh.
See, and we know not to eat dairy whenever possible because dairy creates mucus.
Yes, it does. Matter of fact, someone had ordered some oil from me, right? Because they had problem with the mucus, right? And I gave her no, they called me. They said, something's wrong. I said, what? She said, remember that stuff you told? Oh, you know what it was? It was mullein tea. Because that's good for you. And I told her to drink that. She called me the next day. She was so upset. What's wrong? She said, all this mucus is coming out. That was a good thing. She thought she was getting sick. I said, no, you're healing. I said, well, that's the job of mullein tea. It clears the mucus out of you. That's what keeps us sick. That's what gets disease gets transferred all over our bodies through the mucus. Dr. Sebi talked about that, right?
Where did you get the mullein tea from?
Any health food store, not even
Okay.
you can go to almost any store now. It's pretty common. I thought
Amazon got it.
everybody know already, but I will go to a health food store or a place that that sell teas and herbs and things like that. I have a lot of them in our neighborhood. We can pick and choose them and see who I'm gonna go to. We have a lot. So I will Google.
I'll look it up. Don't worry.
Yeah.
And that's mullein spelled Mullein, I believe.
Yes. Mullein tea. Yes. And I have a bunch of tea. I don't have my cup.
Oh, okay.
Can y'all see in here?
You can see.
I have a bunch of even this shelf of nothing but teas. I have nothing. Ooh.
Althea's kitchen is stocked.
You always eating. Always eating.
You're always putting on that show, right, D?
All my
Yeah.
tea. Y'all ever have falafel mix? Y'all ever do? It's similar to a falafel mix. I'm familiar with falafels.
Yes.
Yes.
Is that the one that's chewy, chewy?
I heard about it. That's like what the Jewish people be, the falafel.
Yeah, more like the Greeks. More like Greek.
Greek. Yeah.
Oh,
Mediterranean Greek. Let me check them
How
out.
about- Okay.
I,
Let me
I,
check.
I went to the Greek spot couple of days ago, but it's a restaurant. You know, it's best if I can prepare it at home and I'll have a better idea of what's in it because it tasted good, but it hit my stomach wrong the next morning. Good stuff. Waffle.
Now I was
Yeah,
going to
you keep us pretty
time for
pretty
that.
well informed and definitely showing us some great ways to shift our eating habits. You know, it's a wonderful thing to be empowered knowing that we can prepare this stuff ourselves, you know, and to have the flexibility to cook and prepare it the way that we like it is a wonderful thing too. So if you're just joining us, we're in Althea's kitchen. We're here every second and fourth Thursday. It's Lavenderlite. If you haven't as yet joined our virtual community, please feel free to do so. It's at www.theherdsf.com. That's theherdsf.com. And there's a whole lot of stuff in there, including these shows from the past and a lot of information where we are sharing healing solutions. It's a safe space to do that. So come on and join us there. But out there, you the ball girl?
Now I
go ahead.
additional instead of the slices. Instead of
Say what?
slices, I could just put that. I could actually mix it in with the mix and have my cheese inside the burger if I wanted to, or could have piled on top. But since I had the slices already, but this could be used instead of say flaxseed or chia seeds to bind it. You could use nutritional yeast to bind it, and it has like all the B vitamins in it. So it's not like flour you're mixing it with. You're mixing with something nutritional. It's not the kind of yeast that makes beer or bread. This is a different type of yeast. There's 3 different types of yeast, and this is nutritional yeast because it has nutrients in it. Okay, so that can be used for in meatloafs, stews, stuff like that. Oh, right. So this is how we come along here. Okay.
Oh, you have it on top of the stove. Thought you put it in the oven.
Here's the 3 cheeseburger.
Ooh.
Carol, look at that.
Ooh.
I know. I still got these to freeze and have for dinner another night, right? I got freezer paper, wrap it up 20 feet, and these are little meatloaf, you know. Oh, actually, I can take them and just make meatballs right now for my next spaghetti. You know what I mean? You know, some of the fishes. I think I might do that. So all I gotta do is like this. Okay.
I'm moving next door to you.
Yeah.
Then I share all this with. Cause see, I still got all this to go. From now, you see the difference in the two?
No, we can't see it.
Oh,
Bring
I'm
it-
sorry.
I'll bring it
Shift
up.
your camera.
Wow.
Okay.
Because I used that grinder to grind the stuff up smaller. The kale and everything was much smaller. It even came out a different color.
Yeah, tilt the camera down just a little bit more out there. Tilt your camera down. Tilt your camera down just a little bit more.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's
Okay,
more
that's better.
Wow.
Stuff is bigger, where it's smaller here. I think these will probably taste better because the onion was grinded up really small. See the difference? Now, how this taste? They taste good, but I bet you these are even better.
Killer noise. Killer noise.
So I'll probably do meatballs. You know, you just take them, and you can do any size you want. And and you can actually take it and put cheese inside and fold it up like that. You know?
Exhale, D. Exhale.
Now you got me laughing because it turned into an adult program when you said it was you doing a hand job. Now you took putting cheese on the inside of the ball. Oh, just.
Oh, that's Tim finally made. Tim, why do you keep calling me. You know, I was broadcasting.
Well, you know what? You know what? You know, I'm a senior. I'm aging in recovery. The time was 3, and I was like, oh my God, let me get on because I was on the phone with insurance company. You understand? And I was like, I don't have it in my phone no more.
Oh,
So Cynthia sent it to me.
And she didn't on.
Child, she on the road. Get ready to go to the airport.
Where's she going?
I look. All I know, I was trying to get on here, but I made it. So now I can save it again.
I know, but I couldn't come off the webinar to give you.
Yeah, I know. I know you couldn't. But anyway, hi everybody. I see you making them up. Oh.
Well, Kim will have to say something because she lives right around the corner.
Well,
Go by there and knock on the door.
right.
I think I can't all time, right? But you don't pick up your phone.
Well, I can come over there and taste them so everybody know what they taste like.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'll join you, Kim. I
If
can
you live
drive
that
over
close, you
there.
should be on there. You should have been there now. I can't get in.
Yeah,
I can't get in. You knocking on the door. I can't get in the Zoom room.
How's everybody doing?
Excellent.
All right, we good.
We're hungry right now, though. I am. I know. I'm hungry.
I know I ain't eating nothing either, Reggie. I'm hungry myself, and they look good, right?
They are looking good. Glad you made it.
Now I'm gonna freeze these. Let me see what's the best way to freeze them. I'll probably
Did you take those 3 loaves and make all of those round balls out of those 3 loaves that you had?
the 3 loaves? No,
You had.
Oh yeah, I made all these. Yes.
Okay.
But I'm gonna freeze these.
No, that's a key thing you're doing right there. So what I've learned, but I don't practice, is that if you prepare foods and meals on like a Sunday for a week, then you could eat nicely all week long and not have to work.
Yeah, my mom did that. My mom did that a whole lot. Like
batch cooking.
Food prep. You know who's good at that? Is he still here? Rennie. Rennie's excellent at food prepping.
Really?
Rennie.
Ah.
Oh, I didn't know that. A little food bag.
He had a lot going on in the back.
Now, what I really do, I should just go ahead and bake these and cook them, then freeze them. So when I take them out, they'll be already cooked. But I don't feel like.
I heard you say that you try to stay away from the microwave. When you cook them, when you bring them back out after out of the freezer, how do you heat them up again?
Well, I always plan my meals. So if I know in the morning, first thing I get up in the morning after I say my prayers and my meditation, I always say, all right, now what am I going to have for dinner? That's my first. No, I always do. What I'm going to have. So that's why my kale is cooked already. I got up this morning and says, I'm going to cook that kale what's left over after I bake it. So that's done. That was done 6 o'clock this morning. That was done. Because I was up at 3:30. Right. I'm always up at 3:30. And I had my salmon cake. They were done. I fixed those this morning too. So that's how they when I started doing this, right? And so this way, whenever I have spaghetti or whatever, I can just. And so, like I said, when I get up in the morning, I would just take it out the freezer. And then by the time dinner time comes, they'll be thawed out already. Then I throw it in a pan or something like that, or in the toaster oven. See, can y'all see here? I have a toaster oven.
Oh, you sound like my son. Mom. I said, boy, shut up. I don't want to hear that shit.
Right here.
He can rotisserie in his oven. He can do this in his oven.
That's why you said.
I cook most of my stuff in there. Because my oven, you see my oven. I have a nice, so big, but why should I turn it on? And create all this heat and stuff, right? So I don't use just the stove top a lot. But anyway, here's my
you won't use the microwave at all? You don't recommend anybody?
I have on the I put it this way. I try not to, because it's radiation. So I try not. As far I'm weaning myself. I'm trying to wean myself.
Right.
That's a hard one.
I don't use the microwave.
Right.
Yeah, I'm running too much. I'm getting ready to go on Amazon as soon as we're finished and find myself one of those little rotisseries.
Okay.
You know what, Reggie? Excuse me, Reggie. I went on Google, and Walmart sells them. Walmart sells the rotisseries because Althea said, "You didn't get a rotisserie oven yet?" I said no, because I've been doing a lot of stuff. But they got different prices.
Okay.
Depending on the kind you want. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah. And the hit with Walmart, if you keep the box and put the receipt in the box, you can always take it back.
Then I have to use Dee's method and put the date on it,
huh? Yeah.
You know what?
Will they take it back with grease in it?
You better clean it out. Come on now.
No, the reason why I have a oven, it does a whole lot of things. Because my microwave started sizzling, popping, and when I unplug it, tie the cord around the thing, and throw it away because I'm scared of fire.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
I know that's right.
I throw it away. And then I bought the oven I have. That oven that I have, you can put a turkey in it.
okay. Wow.
And it does all that. You know what I mean? It's
Say this because this oven.
from Wolfgang, and it does the rotisserie and
I was gonna say, you could also have the benefit of putting foil inside of the rotisserie. We shouldn't be using foil, right? We shouldn't be using foil, as far as I know. As a matter of fact, we shouldn't be using anything with aluminum in it, like underarm deodorant, things like that. They say that contributes to Alzheimer's.
Cancer.
Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's, really?
Yeah.
Yes.
oh, wait a minute. You saying to me if I stop using deodorant, I'm gonna stop aging?
No,
Now I'm going to show you one.
I was like, your mind won't go as quick.
Yeah, but there's grades of aluminum. It had when I was at Sol, they showed us how they claim the initial aluminum that they use for store food safe, but once they cycle the aluminum, they're saying they're saying that's not what's safe because the chemicals that they have to use to melt it down and reform it, it's never used. They're saying they never put food in it after that, but they put it in your shampoo, which causes Alzheimer's, brain cancer. They put it in your deodorant, which causes boils and cancers of breast. There are the top 7 shampoos.
Thank you, sis.
You're welcome.
Have aluminum in it that causes, what is that?
I'm showing a natural deodorant that I got from the health food store.
Okay. Oh yeah. No aluminum, right?
No aluminum. Aluminum.
I wanted to show you how to make your own. That was one of my things I wanted to do. Toothpaste, mouthwash, and deodorant. That's gonna be one of my things because baking soda, peroxide, and my essential oils.
Yeah, baking soda's at the top of the list.
Yeah, so let's look forward
I use baking soda for everything.
Oh, good. Very good. Very good. Vinegar, baking soda, both of those things.
Yep,
okay.
Yep.
The end of our show. So, okay, now Aretha.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Mhm.
Pardon?
And who else in there? Kim.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have the next one. That would be the next one. It's gonna be the head wrap. Reggie ain't gonna have no interest in that much. The head wrapping, right?
Okay.
But while y'all doing that, I may make some sweet potato fries. As y'all do.
Wait.
And there's with my air fryer though.
Hold
I don't have an air fryer either.
You don't have an air fryer? You don't have to have an air fryer to make it, but the trick is to soak them in ice water for at least a half hour to an hour. After you do that, you dry them off as much as possible. That's how you get nice, even if whether it's air fryer or in the regular oven. The trick is the ice water. Cut them up, put them in ice water for about a half hour or overnight. When you take them out, dry them off. Put paper towels a dish towel, whatever, as dry as you can get them. Because the drier you can get them, the crispier they're gonna become. That's what I found.
Okay.
They can't get crispy because it was too much wetness in them.
Mm.
You have to have an air. You know. Oh, Rennie just coming in, huh, Rennie?
Oh,
Rennie,
Rennie's been here. He's been here.
The best.
Rennie, we were talking about you with the food prep.
Video off.
He looks like he's got a lot going on. And
Why you hot now?
he might just be cleaning out he might be cleaning out the refrigerator.
So, Aretha, would you like to lead the next class in the head wrapping since you do it a lot? You have a lot of experience. You and Dee could maybe, be our presenters.
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
I can certainly participate. Yes.
Yeah.
I can certainly
All
participate.
have something here. Everybody has give and take. And that's what it's about, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I have two other people that's into it and other people who want to get into it. So I'm trying to put it all together.
You know, what Thursday is this? This is the Thursday coming up. It's the Thursday coming up.
No,
Coming up.
no.
2 Thursdays from now. 2 weeks from now.
The
Oh, the
fourth
fourth.
Okay.
Thursday. Let me see. This is the fourth Thursday.
It's
So
the-
it
This
will
is the
be
4th.
the second Thursday.
It's just and fourth.
The second and the fourth Thursday of the month.
Yeah.
The second
okay,
and the fourth Thursday.
Whatever those
Okay.
dates are. The
No.
second, fourth.
Hey, excuse me. Tell me the date.
I know.
I'm getting ready to tell you the dates right now. I got a
Thank you.
calendar right here.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
So, Bill, you guess what? You might meet a woman one day. And
The
that
11th and the 25th.
Right.
or
Right.
and
Say it
you
again?
can go around, you
Yeah.
know how to do that. And that will be a major attraction. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. If I meet the woman, I hope she already have them skills because I'll be very attracted.
That goes both ways, Phil.
Yeah.
I know.
Now, what was the?
Uh,
Give me the date again.
The 11th and the 25th.
So, which date are we gonna do the head wrap?
I'm taking your copy.
but they know the number for her.
Probably. Althea, when are we going to do the hair wrapping? In May?
See how
She talking to
I
somebody.
know she laughing and talking.
no, he just gave the dates of the hat wrapping. Where were you? On the phone? No. The next class, which is the second Thursday of the month.
Is the 11th.
It's the 11th.
Yes.
It's the 11th? Okay, 11th of May.
So that's
Okay.
when we're gonna do it.
That's what we're going to do. And I'll make
Alrighty then.
so I'll have something. You know, he ain't trying to hear no head wrap. I'm trying to have
Hey, Reggie.
Yes.
Hey, what about a doomsday, man? You could wrap your hair for a doomsday.
Uh,
A doomsday. What is that?
I'm saying, you know, everybody want to be African for a day on a doomsday.
a doomsday, huh?
a holiday.
I'm just saying, you know.
All right. I'm gonna go in here and look up what a doomsday is, and then I'll get back at you.
I ain't hip to that
Right.
doomsday.
I can't say the word Yoruba celebration where they
Yoruba.
give
Yoruba.
to
Yoruba.
the
Wow.
to the god,
Oh,
the
okay.
mother gods of the earth. They put it in the water like fruit, money, whatever.
Oh, I'll tell you what. Let's.
They only do that in Philly. Is that a Philly thing?
It's definitely a Philly thing, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a Philly thing every
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, it's big in Philly.
You know what I mean? I went down there one time and I followed them to the river. I didn't know what was going on. I'm just blindly followed. And they got throwing all this fruit and stuff in the river. I'm like, oh, they're going to lock us up. And then they start saying all these things to this God and that God. I said, wait a minute, only pray to one God. You know what I mean? Like this and that God. So I didn't really understand, you know, I'm like, let me stop just following the crowd.
Yeah.
See, that's why we would love for you to come inside the community and drop that kind of information so we can chop it up. and learn. That's how we learn, because we got really detached from a lot of our culture, and it's being indoctrinated with, it's just a whole lot going on. I don't want to step on anybody's toes, but let's open up our minds. It's like before we came in here today, D, we didn't really know how they made franks and hamburgers and stuff like that. So, the more you know, the more you know. But look, hey, it's been fun. Althea, you're always on point, and we have so much to look forward to. I'm glad that everyone is getting involved and getting engaged. That's what this is all about. So we're going to come back on the 2nd and the 4th Thursday. What month is this? Is April? So
May.
May. That's May.
May.
May 11th.
We're still in April, but the next month is May.
Right.
That'd be May 11th, and I
May
guess
the
25th.
11th and May the 20th. Right.
All right, and
Brush up that wrapping.
check inside the virtual community. I'll tell you what, we'll also start dropping information on our Facebook pages. We're going to start growing and growing, and we really want us all to grow together. So thank you for being here. This is wonderful.
Thank you.
I'm hungry, so it's been loads of fun. I got to run. I got to go get something to eat. And we got all of this on record. We recreate this.
I don't feel like preparing.
Right.
We communicate between weeks, so I'll be talking.
Yeah.
That's the
All
intent.
right. It was
Stay
a blessing, though. It was good.
Next time. Remember,
Yep.
wrapping skills.
Yes.
All right, we love you. Say peace.
Hey, I can do this in 7 minutes.
Okay, everybody.
All right.
All right.
I'll be on
Yeah.
time I'll be on time on the 14th.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you got the wrong
No, 11.
date. You being funny?
Right, on the 11th, right?
I mean, on the 11th.
You'll be
See,
late on the 14th.
you know what? On the 11th.
All
I'm
right.
looking at the calendar on the 11th.
You just come on, you walk on down the block. You go on down to Althea's place.
Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye, y'all.
See ya. Bye-bye.
Listen, guys, I'm getting ready to head over there and get me a burger right now.
You know what time it is?
Okay.
Take care.
Take your own burger. Y'all supposed to come back to me today and tell me, oh, that's Black Beaver. Okay. Bye.